Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, I'm very angry at the moment. My ring light just broke. I've already been having issues with it. The stand itself wouldn't stay secure on the table. Then I had issues screwing the actual ring on the thing. It wasn't screwing, it was just screwing, you know, like turning and turning and turning and never screwing in. And so we had that going on. And luckily my husband saw the deficit and went on ahead and took care of it. And I already have a ring light on the way. So I was getting a new one anyway, but now we got to use natural light. Like the show still has to carry on with or without the ring light, but in the meantime, while we wait, this you'll have to excuse my lighting. We using the sunlight today, and the light right there, which does nothing. Like, can y'all even tell when I turn it off? Yeah, I guess sorta. I mean, it ain't did much, but anyway, this is a review for. This is a Netflix. What word do I want to use? Not a Netflix special. I mean, I guess, a Netflix special. I don't usually review things off of Netflix, but when I do, it's because it really brought me to chorus. And this one definitely did. This is for The Woman in the House Across the Street from The Girl in the Window. The title alone, because I saw the previews, of course, before watching the series, and the title alone that is what brought me in. Because y'all, what did y'all think about who could come up with the longest title? That title is super long. How do you even hashtag that? It's way too many. It's way too many words in the title. But anyway, when I saw that Kristen Bell was our lead character, that as well had me hooked, because the title, okay, y'all silly. Kristen is silly. Oh, we finna have a good time. This is finna be good. And the fact that it, had that thriller suspense feel to it, I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So let's go through the characters. Kristen Bell plays Anna, who is, I want to say she's probably like a 30-something, she's a single woman. And we find out that her husband, she's a divorcee, I should say. She and her husband are no longer together. They did have a daughter, but her daughter was killed. And when they told us the story about how the little girl was killed, I was like, why that? Why that? Why couldn't it have been? Because she had a phobia. And I'm going to say the phobia was brought on from the trauma of losing her daughter, because before that we did see that she was not afraid of rain. That's her phobia. She's afraid of rain. And I'm thinking, okay, she got this phobia. It was a car accident of some sort. We find out that her daughter was killed by some mass murderer, some serial killer. And she was left alone with him. They actually show us this. I was supposed to be, I done went off on a tangent. Let me hold on. Put a pin in that. Let me go back through the characters. Okay, so Kristen Bell, Anna. I said she's a divorcee. She had a daughter. Then we have Neil and his daughter Emma. They moved in across the street, and Neil is also a single parent. We have Lisa. Lisa is Neil's girlfriend, and we meet her as being this flight attendant. She's very well put together, all of that, blah, blah, blah. Then we got Rex. Rex is, we find out that Rex and Lisa know one another. Sloane is Anna, with Kristen Bell's character, Anna's best friend. Michael Ealy is also in this series, and he plays Douglas, who is Kristen's ex-husband. Detective Lane, she's somebody to mention. We see a lot of her. She's a detective that enters into the chat once some killing starts going on. Buell is the handyman. The entire series, he is working on a mailbox. and Carol, the nosy neighbor. And she's the Karen of the series, but she happens to be an Asian woman, which is so ignorant that they done get that her name is Carol. I don't know any Asian Carols. Do y'all? Don't know none. And I don't think they're out there. I just don't think they're out there. But anyway, Carol, she was a thorn in my ass the entire season. Okay, let's talk about the plot line. So she's Anna. She's a divorcee. You know, she lost her daughter, whatever, and she's also an artist. And she used to paint, you know, more often than not. And since losing her daughter and all of that, all she does is really sit in her chair that is facing the window, and she can see into her neighbor's house across the street. You know, she's the nosy neighbor from inside the house, sipping on her wine. And listen, she gets them by the case. She gets the wine by the case. And she also is on some sort of medication. They don't tell us what it is, but she's also on some sort of medication. And so, of course, you know, I'm like, okay, she got these meds. She got a phobia of the rain. You know, we're finding out that she got some mental health issues there. And she's drinking and taking the pills. That's probably not the smartest thing to do. But anyway, she is one night lurking, you know, like she always do with her wine. And she falls asleep at on her couch. And when she wakes up, she spilled her bottle of wine all down the thing. She looks up and she sees Lisa across the street in the house holding her neck, and she bleeding from her neck, and she just collapses on the floor. She immediately goes into super save a hole, and she calls the police, and her 911 call is so disoriented and drunk. She sounds very drunk, very drugged up, very, incoherent. But they send over, some people to go check it out. And when they come back and tell her that, well, Lisa's fine. There was no murder. I want you to come over here and see that nothing is wrong. Nothing is out of place. There's no blood anywhere. We didn't find nothing. We didn't find nothing. In the detective lane, she notices the pills and the drinking, and she's like, so maybe you might have hallucinated it. Like, what are these pills for? We see a lot of Anna calling her therapist. At the first time I heard the therapist speak, I knew it was Michael Ealy. I knew it. Like, who don't know Michael Ealy's voice tone? I mean, that might be very, very stalkerish of me, but I don't forget voice tones, especially after I done seen you on my TV for this many years. So it's like hearing Denzel and not knowing Denzel. Michael Ealy has like a distinct tone. He don't sound like everybody. So I knew that it was Michael. But he's her therapist. And I was thinking, okay, her therapist is prescribing these pills. What are these pills? How strong are these pills? Like, does he know she drinks a lot and is mixing the two, and he's just, going about this way? Like, what's going on with that? Is he trying to keep her in this type of mental state where she hallucinating and carrying on? I just wasn't sure. And she does this back and forth with Neil, the man across the street, because of course she automatically assumed that it was him that did it. So she looks into him. She wants to figure out who he is and where he came from and all of that. And she looks into his past and finds out that his wife drowned. And they were also going to try to start something romantically. I don't know. She liked him, and I guess he felt like she was cool because she kept bringing over casseroles, but he did have a girlfriend. She went back in the past and found out that his wife drowned. One of his daughter's teachers had fell off a cliff or something like that. She fell off a lighthouse. And it was just death around him. And now here go Lisa. She missing. We can't find her. So Anna, she was a little detective herself. So she kept going over there and trying to find what she could find. Neil got fed up and, put a restraining order on her. But she was adamant that she saw that woman get murdered. She know that's what she knows. That's what she saw. And even in her mind, she was thinking, did I hallucinate this? Because she started to have memories of herself, like going crazy, stabbing someone or something. She couldn't figure it out. So she, she had convinced herself, maybe I did do it and I don't remember it. Oh my God. They had took her into the police station and everything. Come to find out, of course, she did not do that. That night that she went crazy stabbing something, she was stabbing a painting of the woman that she had painted. And, it was a drunken night. And she just was in a little fit of rage and she stabbed her canvas that she was painting on. So coming to that resolution, okay, we back to square one. It's got to be Neil. It's got to be Neil. Who is it? She's back and forth on the phone with the therapist, and she ends up thinking that it's Buell, her handyman, and I did as well. Like, see, with this series, it had me really questioning, had me really second guessing and questioning a lot. It's like I would figure it out, or I would think I figured it out, and then something else would happen and be like, wait a minute, y'all playing with my mind. Stop playing with my mind. Y'all got me feeling like I'm crazy, and I know I'm not crazy. I know I saw what she saw, what we saw, and then it would turn out to be something different. It was a really exciting ride. I will say that. I definitely enjoyed the plot line, the twists, the turns, all of that. We find out that Lisa, and when I was saying that Lisa and Rex, did I mention Rex? I don't know if I mentioned Rex. Anyway, Rex is Lisa's co-conspirator. We find out that Lisa is a con artist, and basically she finds marks here and there, to go and get all their coin. It's normally an elderly man, and she swindles her way in, and she and Rex, cash in on them people's credit cards and checks and that sort of thing. And they found Neil's wife. They found her obituary in the paper, and she's like, oh, he the one. I got to go down here and get him. So, she sets her sights on him, and the plan is working as, going as planned. And then now Lisa is missing. Lisa dead, chopped up in pieces. Chopped up, dead. So there's that. Rex enters the chat, and so now he feels like it's Anna. He breaks into her house and all of that. And he was giving bootleg Rio. I was like, y'all could have got Rio for this and it would have really been, scintillating. But whoever this man is, okay, I guess. He comes in there and like holds her hostage a little bit and tells her everything, He feels bad, I guess, for what they've done and what they've been a part of, because they kind of bond a little bit, he and Anna. I'm like, where that music coming from? Sorry guys. Okay, so the series is meant to be a parody. So people have mixed emotions about this type of thing, where it's kind of a mine, if you will. And for me, like I said, I enjoyed the ride. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the back and forth, the twists and turns, the moments where I was like, what is happening? What is going on here? Lisa's murdered. We find out how Neil's wife died, and she was drowned. And the culprit of it all, guys, was Emma. It was Emma the entire time. Emma's crazy ass killed her mama because her mama was having another baby, and she said she's the only baby. So she just pushed her mama. Well, she like set it up. They lived like on a dock situation. And she went down there, would go down there, swim down there, and saw on the dock, from underneath the water. And so when you walked out there, you was gonna fall in. Mama pregnant. Mama never learned how to swim. She that was mentioned. She said she don't know how to swim. And so she walks down there, and it kind of cracks, and she's hanging off of it. And Emma walk her ass up there and stomp on it some more, and her mama just drowns. She ain't care not one bit. as it relates to the teacher. She pushed the teacher. She pushed the teacher as well. Because, the teacher was trying to push up on her daddy, after her mama was killed. But anyway, she killed the teacher and she killed Lisa. And then we find out, through the back and forth, because Anna, she suspected Buell. I did as well, because of course I was along for the ride as well. I felt like my thoughts were her thoughts at this very moment, because I was confused. I was just as confused as Anna. And Anna up in her attic and finds out, finds a few things. And so now she think it's Buell. She see Buell going over there across the street with his hammer. So of course he looked like he finna go over there and he finna be up to no good. He already weird. She called Michael Ealy, who tells her, because she's like, so how did we meet Buell again? How did he become our handyman? This man tells her that he's also a convicted felon, a convicted serial killer. He was in an institution for the criminally insane, and had got, an early release type of situation. I guess he was, recidivized and he could, enter back into society. And so he gave him a little job. He was weird. He was living up in their attic without her knowing. It was just all the signs was pointing to Buell, and it ain't Buell. It's Emma. Her ass, she done shot Buell because he was going over there to give him some mail. Her daddy dead on the couch. She done slit his throat. She's standing there with the gun like, oh, yes, me. I did it all. She explained all of her wrongdoing, and then she went on the attack. Anna had to beat that ass. And I was thinking, dang, this little girl got the best of you, because, listen, little mama, Miss Mama was holding her own. 9 years old, she was holding her own. She was in there tussling. And of course, Anna got the best of her because she had to fling her around like a rag doll. And she ended up stabbing her. But I was like, this was crazy. This was crazy. It make you want to stop on the wine, slow up on the wine. Don't take the wine and the pills at the same time. It's going to have you hallucinating like Anna. So then once this is all over, and, Anna and her husband are back together and all of that. And they had another baby and everything. Anna, I don't know where she headed to. Oh, I do know. She's headed to a girls trip with her friend, because Sloan got a job. Sloan was her best friend, and Sloan got a job in New York. And so she was going out there to visit her in New York. And on the plane, the lady next to her, who was played by Glenn Close, she sits down and she looked like she a mob, a mob wife, or, the wife of a drug cartel or something like that. She looked like she got something going on. And she excuses herself to the bathroom, I guess. I don't know. Because Anna, she pops her pill, her Xanax now, because now he got her on Xanax. She pops her Xanax and she says she don't drink wine no more. She'll take a vodka. And she's drinking her vodka straight. I don't know what it is with the white girls and their vodka, but they love their vodka straight up, okay? Hers wasn't neat, they got to give you a little ice. But yeah, she drinking vodka and popping Xannies. She ain't learned nothing. She wakes up out of her little drunk stupor and goes to the bathroom, and when she opens the door, Glenn Close laid up dead. Dead. And she closes it and runs to go find somebody to help her. And when they get back to the bathroom, ain't nobody in the bathroom. Now, this particular situation, this has to be a hallucination. Unless they're trying to lead us into a season 2, which they can, because I was enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. But it gave me a one season type of feel. Like, what else can we do with this? We're going to do this again. Now she's going to have to try to prove that this lady was killed on this plane. And she going to hold everybody up on the plane. Like, what we about to do? But that's where it ends with, that being the cliffhanger. Because she's like, I know what I saw. I know what I saw. I saw it too, girl. We saw it together. I enjoyed this series. Netflix been coming out with some good stuff, I finished up Ozark. I'm not reviewing it. not reviewing it, but I finished it up and I loved it. Right now I started, is it called We're All Dead? Don't get me the line. It's the one, it's very Squid Game reminiscent. Because, and I want to say it might be the same writers. One of the girls that's on the series was actually on Squid Game, so it's probably the same person. And this one is good as well. You know, I'm enjoying this one as well. I ain't got no problem with zombies or stuff like that, because I was all into The Walking Dead before. After Glenn died, I was like, I'm out. I'm out. Oh no, actually, when Rick blew up on that bridge, that's when I was like, I'm gonna have to go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Go check it out if you haven't already. The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. There's actually, Nicole Kidman is actually in, I think hers is called The Girl in the Window or something by somebody in the window. Hers is actually supposed to be like a real deal, like thriller. Whereas this one is a parody of those types of thrillers. And that's probably why we have this title, The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. All right, guys, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby. I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.